Patrick, I'm really excited because when I first met you about 2 years ago, I remember like stumbling into your studio here in Zurich, and I saw these pieces. And now we're here, and what can you tell us about this beautiful piece of space history?
Through that door, astronauts entered into the rocket and flew to space on their mission to the ISS.
Okay, so this is the door, for the audience to understand, of the small capsule on top of the rocket.
Yes. And the other thing that is really fascinating is that it reached an altitude of 85 kilometers.
Okay.
And this is, according to the American definition, above the line to space.
To enter space. So here we have a piece of the fairing. For this piece, you actually know the mission.
That was Soyuz MS-09, which has been also discovered by myself. It's the windshield of the rocket.
So many of our audience members will they will wonder about the American flag on a Soyuz rocket, which means?
It means that on that rocket mission, on that space mission, there was an American astronaut on board.
After the American flag one, I think this is my favorite because the color of the patina and the damage, it's so beautiful.
So this piece is actually from the lowest part of the rocket. It's called the engine cladding because behind of this material there's the rocket's engine. It has 4.5 megatons of thrust. As you can see, obviously the heat of the rocket is still so hot that the paint starts to boil, and then the material gets this beautiful patina.
So sometimes you also have to be lucky when you salvage these pieces to find a piece that has like an interesting graphic on it, because I guess some of them are just gray.
Yes, most of the rocket part is just gray, absolutely true. So this is one of the big exceptions.
And here you can actually tell us, where was this piece?
So this piece was on this section. It's one of the boosters that reached an altitude of 85 kilometers, which is above the stratosphere.
And at that point, these boosters get like ejected away from the rocket.
Exactly.
When you find them, usually that's like very close after the rocket flew.
Yes.
So not like a year later. You drove out there maybe a day later, or even.
Oh no! At the same time.
At the same day.
Actually, I also heard how the boosters get separated. It sounds like a thunder.
That's so
it's yeah, you can see it, but you see it also when they fall down. When they landed in the steppe, you don't see anything.
So for the end, we have something extremely special. This is an original used part of a rocket, of a Soyuz rocket, part of the engine.
So it's really just a little part of the engine, because in total stage 1 has 5 engines, and this part is only a little part of these 5 engines. I chose it because of its beautiful form, and because this rocket engine incorporates the power and the energy of that rocket, which is actually 4.5 megatons of thrust. That's which is almost as much as a small nuclear bomb.
So this brings people to the ISS. Till today.
Brings people to the ISS.
And it also is really like a piece of contemporary art. I mean, I can imagine that in a gallery on a pedestal, and just like nicely lit and just beautiful, really beautiful.
That was actually the idea why I chose that piece for myself.
Okay. Wonderful, thank you very much.